this Adventures from the Stream Excerpt, we demonstrate one way to set a scene, using Legate as an example. This is a small town in Koradjis, the world of our 5th edition D&D campaign. I use information from player character interaction and plot hooks. Using experiences we already had as an anchor to introduce new things is a fun way to keep the adventure linked. In town, as you approach, you see again these small, mostly wooden buildings, and there's very little protection around it. Just a couple of little, heck, I don't even remember what they're called now, where you cross the sticks on the ground and it just makes pointy things.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of placed around the town, more like a little village, and it looks kind of run down. Like, even though they're dirt roads, it looks like they could use a good sweeping. You know, it's that kind of, just doesn't look like it's been kept. And as you're approaching it, you cross over a stream, and according to what you had heard, Alset, to the east of Legate is the stream that leads to where the dragon used to live. So you're crossing over a stream, just one of these small wooden arch bridges that's only maybe 10 feet wide, and it's really only there for when the water level goes up a little during heavy rains. But you go over that bridge, you can see the town of Legate, and that is most likely the stream that was mentioned to you. There's nobody, we're going to call it midday now. There's nobody outside at the town, and it looks really quiet.
I'm wondering if there's some sort of potion shop or some priest we can go see to break this curse.
You know, well, maybe Alset goes and finds some information out about his thing. Maybe I'll help with you, Tusk, here, and find out if there's something we can do for your affliction.
I just wish not to be further of a burden than
Oh,
what.
no, you're not a burden at all. You're carrying all of our gear right now, so I mean, we're fine.
And one of the party. So you're carrying more than your own weight, apparently. All right, Randy, would you roll me a d20, please?
I sure will, Joe.
And it's just going to be a straight up d20, no modifier.
No fanciness.
And let me know what you got.
18.
All right.
It was a 5 for a second, and it was like 18.
I assure you that you are not dead yet.
No.
So
just poking him, and he's still fine.
Yeah. It's like every 10 seconds you hear him go, "Ow."
Starting to get tender.
Oh. Think of the stereotype or cliche of, as you approach town, any windows that are open, they see somebody coming and they shutter them quickly.
Oh.
So
Hello?
it's from like 100 feet away, but yeah, it's you hear this snap, snap, and you see shutters closing, and there's still nobody out on the street, but it is.
I love towns like this.
Yeah, it's kind of very.
They're gonna have the best
It just
stories.
feels sad and run down, and it shouldn't. This is just a small little town. You should be bustling with people going about their daily business.
Have they never seen a tiefling and a half-orc before?
Maybe they haven't yet.
You can give us some Crimson Minotaur to.
Yeah, exactly. I think some Crimson Minotaur might be good, but we're out. Never mind. Damn it, we are all out of the Crimson Minotaur. We gave our last out back at Breeford here. All right, Tusk. Maybe we can take a look and see if there's a local tavern or shop nearby that won't.
Is there any better looking buildings?
Yes. What's the best looking building here?
I mean, they're all kind of. I don't know. It's like they're just shy of being boarded up, I guess. And every building kind of looks the same. Like nobody's really been taking care of what's happening in town. You know, there's like a tumbleweed here or there. If this were more modern age, you know, you would see bits of newspaper and trash on the streets and stuff like that. It's that feel.
Okay.
There is a larger building, which is most likely the tavern, and you can see right next to it. So you can guess it's a tavern, first off, because there's a plaque, no wording on it, but a plaque with a tankard with froth coming over the side. And then on either side of it, there is a general store. It actually says Gnome's General Store, and where the word, it's, I think somebody tried to be clever here. Gnome is spelled Nome, and General is spelled Nera, right? So it's like Gnome General, because you don't pronounce a G and then you do whatever. Yeah. So it was a clever bit. But it's Gnome's General Store.
Yeah.
So, Tusk, I think by reading the sign here, the people in this town are maybe illiterate. I don't think they understand how to spell things quite right.
Yes, we might not find what we need.
You might.
It's a thing. You won't get it.
You know what? These people may be more rugged and rustic. You might be one to take the lead on this one here, Tusk, I think.
That works for me.
All right, good man. Good man.
What building do you want to walk up to?
I think they're going to head towards the inn, since everything else seems to be slammed shut from the distance.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the inn isn't open, like, with doors wide open or anything either, but...
Did you say it was all one thing? It was an inn and a...
They're practically attached, like...
mall.
Yeah, almost. It's because this whole town, like I was saying, all the buildings are practically on top of each other. There's like little alleyways in between everything, and then just a path around the outside. So there's no streets in the middle. You're pretty much walking down 5 to 10 foot wide paths in between buildings. So at the store, at the general store, the door does open, and behind the counter, so you walk in, there's a counter in front of you. It's lower, it's at gnome level, as it were, and there is a gnome behind the counter who looks like he's had better days. Legendary.
Do we have to like duck down to get inside the door?
No.
Okay, all right.
The door's regular height, but for the proprietor, where he works, is made to his level.
Gotcha.
So there's regular size shelves and stuff like that, with step stools around, because it's gnome, dwarf, and human here.
What a quaint